Arabic Holy Qur'an revealed upon the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, during the years 609 to 632 CE, is divided into 114 chapters, of which 86 chapters revealed in Mecca and 28 chapters revealed in the Medina. The chapters revealed in Mecca deals mainly in the Islamic creed. Example, believe in Allah, the omnipresent and the eternal, His angels, His books, His messengers, resurrection and judgment day, and the divine, preordained good and bad. Total chapters revealed in Medina deals mainly in moral principles, legislation, community development, and warfare. The Holy Qur'an can only be read and recited in its original revealed Arabic language. The opening, Al-Fatiha, chapter 1 in the Holy Qur'an. Revelation place Mecca. Revelation order 5. Number of verses 7. Chapter 1, the opening, Al-Fatiha. With the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. Praise to Allah, God of the worlds, the merciful, the ever merciful. Honor of the religion day. It's you we worship, and it's you we rely upon. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those you have gave boon upon, not those that you are displeased is upon, or those who that are gone astray. The Fatiha is called the mother of the book. It's a guidance prayer and key to contemplating the Qur'an. Fatiha balances between intellect and spirituality and combine the guidance of the inner self-awareness and outer action. The major themes of the Qur'an are embedded in Al-Fatiha. It's called the matrix of the Qur'an. Example, acknowledgment of the divinity of Allah, acknowledgement and declaration that Allah is the source of the Holy Qur'an, declaration that Allah is the only one creator we worship and depend on, declaration to follow the rules and commands of Allah, the promise of the day of resurrection, acknowledgement to believe in the unseen, acknowledgement of the prophecies, prophets, and Allah's guidance, and complete submission to Allah, warning, and it contains the stories in the Qur'an. Before reading the Qur'an, we say, I seek refuge with Allah from Satan the condemned. Verse 1. With the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. It's an acknowledgement of the divinity of Allah. Acknowledge and declare that Allah is the author of the Qur'an. Verse 2. Praise to Allah. Praise to only Allah, the only one that should and worthy of being praised. It's a spiritual submission and belief that makes the person optimistic, humble, truthful, and frees the believer from submission to others. God. It's an acknowledgement that God is the educator, caregiver, guardian, ruler, and master of the worlds, which is of all creation that are willing or not to accept knowledge and awareness of Allah in the past, present, and future. Verse 3. The merciful. It's an acknowledgement that He is the merciful in past, present time, and He is ever merciful at the future time. Verse 4. honor of the day of religion, which is a promise of the day of resurrection, acknowledgement of the unseen, and that all you have is indebted to Allah, the Master of Judgment Day. It's the day that all debts are reconciled for your earthly deeds. Allah is the only one, merciful, just, unbiased, and has alone the undisputable, unchallenged power to forgive, punish, and be merciful. Verse 5, it's you we worship. It's a declaration that Allah is the only one creator we worship and depend on. And it's you we rely upon. It's a declaration to follow the rules and commands of Allah. As the merciful and just Master, we obey, rely for help and guidance on Him only, as help can only come from Allah by allowing things or destiny to happen or not. It's an absolute freedom for all oppression or superstition that frees believers and give him dignity. Verse 6, guide us to the straight path. It's an acknowledgement by asking Allah in complete submission to guide us through the prophets, and ultimately Allah knows best. Verse 7. In order to go to verse 7, we have to read verse 6, which says, guide us to the straight path, the path of those you have gave boon upon. And these are mainly are all God creation that does behavior that obey God willingly and knowingly. Example, human and jinn. And also including all creation that obey God with no will of their own. Example, angels and unwilled human. Also verses 7 says, the other section is not those that you are displeased with. Basically, the ones that God is displeased with are humans and jinn that accepted God's offer of free will to choose to obey or disobey His command, and ultimately they chose to disobey God's command. And the final part of verse 7, it reflects on those who are gone astray. Which ones that gone astray? These are humans that has free will, that are confused and lost, that do behavior that disobey God willingly, but with no knowledge. They just follow blindly their forefathers, their priest, or their own ego.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم. مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.